Good morning, good morning. My name is Catherine Banda. Today, I just want to continue on the conversation that I started a few weeks ago. I spoke about being creative, being innovative, finding a skill that will better your life. Why I started that conversation is because life has just had a new definition. Life has just turned itself upside down, and tradition and culture, the way we know it, has just been thrown outside the window. In that, I'm saying that in tradition and in culture, the way we grew up, we were told to go to school, get a qualification, and definitely your future is bright. But in the dispensation and times that we're living in, things have changed. It is good to get a qualification. It is good to go to school because it will help you to do your addition, your subtraction. No, it will actually open up your mind a bit. But in the dispensation that we're living in, the times that we're living in, a skill is more required than a qualification. A hustler mentality is more required than a qualification. Not ruling out that a qualification is not necessary, but you need to have a skill for you to survive in these times that we find ourselves in. You know, when I started working in South Africa, I came here with my qualification, but jobs were not easy to find. So, what I did was I started working as a maid, something that I never actually really thought in my life I'll be able to do because, according to me, I had a qualification and I needed something better. But the situation and the circumstances that I found myself in, I needed to pay rent. I needed to eat. I needed to clothe myself. So I needed to find something that will give me an opportunity or an end to a means, or a means to an end. Therefore, I went out there with the ability to clean houses, to wash. And I said, okay, I can do this. Can you pay me for my services? So in that case, I had a skill of doing something that is outside the borders of my qualifications. So this is my encouragement to somebody who's sitting out there and who's thinking, well, the government is not offering us jobs. I've just been retrenched from my workplace. How do I survive? There is an ability in you. There is a skill in you that you can be able to announce yourself out there and say, this is what I can do. You know, there are people that are good with welding. There are people that are good with talking like I do. There are people that are good with knitting. There are people that are good with agriculture. I actually attended a certain online teaching, and in this online teaching, they were saying that there are things that we can do that do not require capital, because you can be sitting at home and be saying, I don't have the money to start. It's not everything that requires money or capital for you to start. In this online teaching, this person was saying that there are things that you can do, especially in agriculture, coming from an African background, that you can start without capital. You can plant, so he gave an example of planting sweet potato. You can go to your neighbor and ask for seedlings or for seeds to plant in your backyard, to plant sweet potato, and you can start from there. So it's not everything that requires money that will better your life. It's not everything that requires qualification that will better your life. It all needs you to see what capability or ability is in you that will announce you out there. And don't wait for people to come and knock on your door and say, Kathy, can you do this for me? I went knocking on people's doors and I said, I can wash. I can clean your house. So you need to announce yourself out there. You need to announce yourself by your skill, by your ability, by what you have as something in your hands that will better your life. So this is my encouragement to somebody who's sitting out there and saying, where do I start with these innovative ideas? Where do I start with these creative ideas? Where do I start with these skills? Start where you are. Start by knocking on doors. Start by asking for seedlings. Start by announcing yourself and say, this is what I can do. So this is my encouragement to somebody out there who's sitting and saying, I cannot do anything.